الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطيع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد عباد الله. All praises are due to Allah. We thank and praise Him. We believe and testify that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah alone without a partner, and that Muhammad, may the peace, mercy and blessing of Allah be upon him, is his hand-picked messenger who has been sent for the success of man, and he actually delivered the message. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. As to what follows, ibadallah, Allah said in Surah Al-Mulk, Tabaraka alladhi biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Alladhi khalaqa al-mawta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. He said he created life and death to test each and every one of you as to who is best in action and conduct. So we are being privileged by Allah to be alive today. So we are still going through that test. We have an opportunity right now that the dead Muslim don't have. We have an opportunity because we are alive. We have the opportunity to make hay while the sun shines. We have found ourselves in a university, a spiritual university that is very intense. A university that has only 1 month for us to earn the greatest degree ever. If you put all the worldly degrees together, the degree you can earn in this month is greater than all of them put together. And every act of worship is actually geared towards this degree, otherwise known as taqwa and piety. Kutiba alaykumus siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. Fasting has been prescribed upon you as it has been done before with people other than you. In the past, people were fasting like us or different from us. Maryam was fasting. But how was she fasting? Because fasting actually means to refrain from. Inni nazartu lirrahmani sawman falan ukallima al-yawma insiya. I have taken a vow, that's her fast, with Allah. I will not talk to an individual today. That's her fasting. So we should not complain. In the past, people were doing it. People were fasting. But then we are being opportuned. We are in a university, a spiritual one. If at all we act accordingly, make the most of this 1 month, we will earn this degree called piety. This degree called piety will earn you every goodness in this world. This degree called piety is the key to Jannah. And every act of worship, different parts of the Quran, Allah is telling us that this degree called piety is the key. So if you are able to secure this degree in this Ramadan, every act of worship becomes easy. Because Allah only talks to people who focus and who are determined to earn this degree. In Surah Baqarah at the beginning, Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ is a guide for those who have this degree. Those who have piety. Who are they, if you want to explain? الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. So Allah is talking to people who are conscious of this degree. And He has given us an opportunity to earn this degree in 1 month. Otherwise, today is more or less, I guess, 6 or 7 days. In 25 days. When you go for Hajj, take provision. Come back with provision. But Allah said, وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. Take provision with you. But the best provision is piety. So everything is connected. But the unfortunate part is, not everyone graduates. Not everyone graduates. Ramadan is like rain. It can fall on a carpet or a fertile land where you cannot harvest anything. But it can fall on a fertile land where you will have a bumper harvest. If you want to benefit from this rain, be the fertile land. The month is here for everyone. But if you are fertile, the rain is actually falling on the tile or the carpet. Useless. If you are the fertile land, the rain will fall on you. And by the end of the day, come Eid, you will have this degree called piety. We need to tighten our belts because time is against us. When the Prophet said, take advantage of 5 before 5, your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before you are being preoccupied, but your life before death. If that is the case, if we utilize just this hadith in Ramadan, we'll be successful. If you are young and energetic, remember that this is not going to last. Even if you are not young, but you still have the energy of a child or a young man, utilize it in this Ramadan. Your youth before your old age. What you can do right now, there is someone who fears Allah more than you, but he cannot fast today. But alhamdulillah, he's got fidya. But then, if at all you are healthy, make the most of it before illness comes. Right now, whether we know it or not, there are people that will actually leave the hospital to the grave. They're not coming back because they don't have the opportunity that we have. So make the most of it before it is too late. Once you're healthy, make the most of it. When you're wealthy, spend before it is too late. وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. Allah is saying, spend before it is too late. Spend out of that which we have given you. Before the angel of death comes, before death comes, then you start saying, Ya Allah, give me respite. Then I will give sadaqah. I will be among the righteous. Allah said he would not delay the life when the time is due. So let us make hay while the sun shines. When you have time, make the most of it. Don't waste your time before it is too late. The poet spoke well when he said, the life of the individual is not determined by his age, but is determined by how he spent his time. You can be 80 years old. If you waste your time, it's useless. If you are 30 years and answer to Allah Azza wa Jalla, if you utilize every minute of that 30 years, you would see the benefit. That is what counts, not the number of years, but what you are able to achieve within those short while. But unfortunately, death waits for no one. If you try to delay, it will come. If you try to hide, it will come. Allah has even given us an opportunity to hide wherever we may want to hide. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ فِي بُرُوجٍ مُشَيَّدَةٍ. Even if you're trying to hide in a fortress, well fortified, death is going to come. So let us make the most of Ramadan. If that is the case, then brothers and sisters, we need to say to ourselves, what can I do right now? What have I achieved? Whatever you have achieved, say to yourself, is nothing yet. Let me try and refrain from 3 and try to do a lot of good. Among the things that you can refrain from is refrain from being who you are before Ramadan. On the day of Eid, don't be the same person in goodness and evil. Whatever good you've been doing before Ramadan, multiply that multiple fold. So that if at all you were only reading Quran once every month, if you're able to do that at least 5 times in this month, then which means you can do it. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wusaha. Allah does not put a burden on an individual except it is something that he can do. Why would you regret reciting the whole Quran 5 times in Ramadan? Why would you regret going for work, doing that every month? So don't be the same person. If you are reciting the Quran, the whole Quran, Fatiha, Baqarah to Nas, once, try to do something. Have a new energetic resolution to be reciting more of Quran. Don't be the same person. If I am given to backbiting, I need to drop that. I'm not backbiting. Why? Because I'm fasting. You know the one who smokes cigarette. It is only determination that keeps him in Ramadan throughout the day. If I told you are an addict in smoking cigarette, and you smoke maybe about 20 a day, or every hour you need one, how comes the whole of Ramadan for 12, 13 you are not smoking? It's determination. But come Maghrib, the determination disappears. Come Maghrib time, whatever you miss during the day, you would smoke all. Why can't you maintain that determination? I just took this example for cigarette. But every act of disobedience, it is determination that you can live. If someone is an addict in backbiting and he struggles to earn 10 pounds a day and he is told every day, if you do not backbite, come and take a paycheck of 1,000 pounds, would he backbite again? He knows he can do it. It's just the lack of determination. So don't be yourself outside Ramadan, inside Ramadan. Inside Ramadan, be a better person in doing good. Be a better person in keeping away from evil. أقول ما تسمعون واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الذي نصر الدين وأحب المساكين وكفل اليتيم وهدى إلى صراط مستقيم. أما بعد عباد الله. Another thing that we should avoid is that which destroys every goodness that we have or every good deed that we have. That is the tongue. Umar radiallahu anhu found Abu Bakr pulling his tongue. And Umar said, oh Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, what's going on? He said, this has caused me so much harm. Imagine Abu Bakr, our role model. He said, this has caused me too much harm. But Abu Bakr is actually teaching us. When the Prophet ﷺ advised Mu'az on different things about the pillars of Islam, pillars of Iman, so many things. But then he eventually said to him, finally, on a final note, can I tell you something that encompasses all this? Mu'az said, Ya Rasulullah, what's that? He said, take care of this. Will we be taken to task just because of what we say? May your mom be sacrificed, Mu'az. Don't you know that people will be dragged in Jahannam due to the harvest of their tongues? Mainly. The Prophet said an individual could utter one single word without any taking note. By virtue of that single word, he will be dragged to Jahannam. He can utter one single word without taking note. By virtue of that single word, he will be taken to Jannah. So let's be careful of what comes out of our mouth. Because Allah is not wicked. يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ بِكُمُ الْيُسْرَ وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah wants ease for us, not difficulty. Allah is not interested in our hunger or being thirsty. If that's the case, then the Prophet said, there is no need. Allah is not interested in us being hungry or thirsty if at all we cannot keep away from lewdness, iniquity, and falsehood. If we cannot leave evil, then there's a problem. Hence, there is the need to fast spiritually. When you avoid food, drink, cohabitation from the break of dawn until sunset with the right intention of pleasing Allah, then let the entire body fast. Don't look at haram. Don't listen to haram. Don't go to haram. Don't talk about haram. Don't engage in haram. And maintain this momentum until the day of Eid. And come Eid, the Lord of Ramadan is the Lord outside Ramadan. Continue. وَأَبُدُ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينُ. Worship Allah until certainty comes to you. What is certain is nothing other than death. So that we destroy our actions. That is our tongue. Leave that. And most importantly, do you know that if you spend 30 minutes on your phone watching that which doesn't make sense, watching that which doesn't actually give you reward, the same 30 minutes when spent every day in Ramadan, at the end of the month, you will have finished one Quran. If you spend 1 hour with the phone, that's 2 Quran. 2 hours with the phone, that's 4 Quran. 4 hours with the phone, that is 8 Quran being completed. So it's not impossible because I'm doing it with the phone, watching nothing. We are asked to stop that which is halal, food and drink. So why do you have a problem stopping that which is haram? By uttering evil or engaging in evil. We have a long way to go, brothers and sisters, and death waits for no one. If at all we have avoided all this, now let's engage in at least the good things. Among them is Quran. This is the month of Quran. You know, when Allah mentioned Ramadan in the Quran, he actually wasn't talking about fasting. He was actually talking about Ramadan. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The month of Ramadan in which the Quran is revealed. This is when we need to give it all to the Quran. Imagine Imam Malik with the hadith of the Prophet. But come Ramadan, he put the teaching of hadith and engagement of hadith aside and engage in Quran. So let's unite with Quran. Let's marry Quran. Let's نتدبر with Quran. أفلا يتدبرون القرآن ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا. Do they not ponder over the Quran? Had it been from any other than Allah, they would have found therein so much discrepancies. Let's engage with the Quran, ibadallah, before it is too late. Let's make dua on a regular basis before it is too late. But let's make tawbah. Tubu ila Allahi tawbatan nasuha. And the best time to make tawbah is the time that Allah actually praised. وَبِالْ أَصْحَارِهُمْ يَسْتَغْفِرُونَ. You know, when you're having a suhoor, that is the best time to make tawbah, even though Allah said, وَذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ ذِكْرًا كَثِيرًا. Make dhikr, make tawbah as many times as possible. But when Allah handpicked and said at the time of suhoor, dawn before fajr, make as much tawbah and istighfar as possible for Allah to accept and have mercy on us. Allahumma hdina fi man hadayt. وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك إنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت نستغفرك من كل ذنب ونتوب إليك ونؤمن بك ونتوكل عليك ونثني عليك الخير كله يا من يجير ولا يجار عليه أجرنا من النار ومن خزي النار ومن كل عمل يقربنا إلى النار ودخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا جبار إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل، ونعوذ بك من النار وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل. الله لا إله إلا هو الحليم الكريم، سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين. نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا ميتا إلا رحمته، ولا ضالا إلا هديته، ولا مجاهدا إلا نصرته، ولا أيبا إلا سترته، ولا جاهلا إلا علمته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لا قارضا ولنا فيها صلاة إلا قضيتها برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. وأقم الصلاة.